Okay, this is another video. This is another video of my spiritual experiences that I had in the past. Let me think. 11, 12 years ago. Of course, I had so many that I cannot recall them at once. Sometimes I need time to remember them in some cases. So, and if I remember and they are interesting, then I will document it on a video. But this one here is what I will talk about. These experiences very interesting also. Like I said, 11, 12 years ago of that particular experience. I was with my neighbors, not here but somewhere else, where I lived somewhere else, and I was with my neighbors, and we were looking at that movie, how it was called. I know the movie, and it was a cartoon movie or so. And so we it was with friends, and so with my neighbors, and it were 3 houses, so we were like family for each other. But we went watch and see a movie with the first house of my older neighbors. So we went all together, sitting, watching that movie, and I don't know, next to me was my neighbor in that house that we were watching a movie. Then next to her was her husband, and we were watching that movie, and suddenly I felt like on my shoulders. No, if I'm not mistaken, if I can recall it right, I cannot remember if it is. I think it was with the left hand on my shoulder here, very gently, And then when I watch it at the back of me, to watch who or what it was, nothing. And even if it was my neighbor who does this, then I have seen, because my reaction was fast enough, so I would see that he was doing like this, but that was not the case. I was looking at the side of me, and she was looking at me, and she says, something wrong? And I said, oh, somebody touched me, on my back shoulder, left back, on my left shoulder. And she said, I didn't see anything. So, and nobody was behind me. Everyone was in front of me or in that sofa. So yeah, yes. But I knew that something was out of the ordinary, as we know. Maybe somebody touched me from another dimension, or it's possible, but it was not them. It was nobody. It was somebody. Somebody was there, and touched me. It was not the first time. Also, that was a couple of years before, not that much, maybe 2 years before, if I'm not mistaken. I think that particular experience was maybe now. It seems longer ago than it seems. Yes, it feel like that. Think. Yeah, it could be in that experience that I have now talked about, maybe 10, 11 years ago, but the other one that I was talking about now was before it, and I was in my room, I think it was before. It's, like I said, sometimes it's difficult to say which one was before or after. But this one was at the same time period. Let me say it in that way. And I think it was. I don't know. I am not sure. I think it was after it. I was in my room. Yeah. Someday, I was in my room creating music, and I don't mean my classical music that I create. No, it's more like with samples, that I put together back at that time, and some different styles of music, and suddenly I felt on my leg, just above my feet, something doing like this. Yeah, like this. Very gently, not hard, just like this. I think it was on my right, not my left. On my right, At that time we had a cat, but there was no cat in my room. But you feel the difference, It was like a hand that was looking around, Nothing. But it reminded me of that first experience, that on my shoulders, and I knew back then that about other dimensions and this and that. That is the issue also. When you open up yourself, that is more easily to make contact, So, but yeah, that was also interesting. Another one, the second one came also, I think shortly after it, in another day. But then I did not take attention on it. I knew, it's okay, it's no problem, I am not a shocker, so I know maybe somebody wants to contact me from another dimension, or just saying that nobody was in my room at that moment. So that says enough, of course. And yes, I have that sometimes, if I have see something, or I am not in shock. Mostly I am not in shock, and sometimes I don't react on it. I just okay, like it's a normal thing. So that these experiences were very interesting. Also, so yes, about physical contact, physical contact with others, somebody from other dimensions. I have a couple of physical contacts, like I explained it also in the previous videos about my spiritual experiences. But also another one was also around the same time period. I was in the kitchen, yeah, and I want to. That's a hallway. Then you have the living, and I want to go through the hallway. It's not that big, to in length, yes, but not in the in the length, yes, but not when you cross over it and you go to the living. But then when I go in the hallway, and then I saw some yellow energy like this through the hallway going, and I saw it not going through the front door. It's just from the stairs. So you have the stairs to go to the next level of the house, but it was just like this. I saw it in my in my left eye corner when I was going just out of the kitchen, and in the hallway. Then yes, this yellow energy, and I was looking like this, and then it disappears. So that was also something that I have seen. And other times, when I am outside, also at the same time period, sitting in daylight, sitting in, but that you can call it with kind of UFO kind of situation. But I will mention it here that I sit outside. It's nice weather, relaxing. Just observation, nothing more. And suddenly I see at the neighbors front of me, the houses front of me. I see like this ball, this size. Let's say this size, okay. And this one was transparent one, and if I can recall it, yeah, it's sometimes difficult to remember which way it went. This way, normally I think it was from the left to the right. Just you have that house, and you have the roof, just between it, above the house and the roof, and then you have the house. So it's where the water runs through it. That you know what I mean. So it's just above it, and this ball, it's just a transparent ball. Not changing. It's just like a balloon kind of way, like this. And now I saw something like this. Okay, so up, just straight ahead, and then I was just normally I stand up and I run to see what it is. In that moment, I just was observing, as if it was normal. Not shortly after it, this you have this street, my street back then, sitting from my house. I see this kind of transparent balloon going like this, and more I do not know. Then a few minutes after it, I think at the right, but then the street, like this street, you have this one and this one, and here was the train rails. So then I saw the same size going from the streets, this one, going like this, not fast, slowly, and that was a red one. If I cannot recall it if it was transparent, but it was a red color. And normally a balloon goes like this, but this was straight up like this. And normally I jump right and go see what it is. This time I did no reaction. No, I was just observing. In that time I was more observing than taking action. I was just an observer, and that was my situation at that moment mostly. And that was something else also. But what it was, I think I just wanted to mention something also. You have, but from of the UFOs I will talk about in a separated category video, okay? Like in dreams also, I have, not in dreams, but when I sleep, and then you sometimes you are aware, you are awakened, and but your eyes are still closed. Also sometimes you are awake, but you are still in that other different reality, okay? And sometimes I saw like these orbs passing by, when I'm lying in my bed. So that I have seen that also twice or so. That kind of experience, and the other experiences in dreams sometimes. I take high jumps. I can jump over a fence or so, very high, maybe 2-3 meters high, maybe more. And sometimes people see that in my dream, and they it's like a wonder for them, like not normal, okay. And sometimes they run after me, don't know why, because they want to follow me also, that I did something extraordinary. sometimes in my last, one of my dreams, I was taking high jump, or jumping over something, maybe 4 meters high, and boom, that I think that woman said, "I saw that," and she was pointing at me, and so yes, sometimes people notice what I am doing is sometimes is not strange for me, but to explain it to somebody who is not who does not get it, and yeah, sometimes people see me doing this, seeing this stuff. If I flying, I don't mean with something on my back that I can fly. No. In your body, with your power of thought, you just fly, and then you land up, and people see, look at me. I know I have great imaginations, okay, and we are just wider open to realities, I don't mean specific fantasies, I mean actual realities, okay. That's why we are so creative also, and because, for example, if you want to build something, or you want to create music, or you want to make art, or you want to even scientists, you must be creative to find to put something together, or to explore in that way, okay. So yeah, so this one I wanted to say, about that hand that I felt, and on my leg, just above my feet. So I wanted to mention that because it's very interesting. And for sure, I have other experiences that I cannot recall right away. Like I said, I have so many people. Some people have in their entire lifetime, as far they can remember, they have maybe 3 experiences, 2, and it depends what is seeing something. UFO, it can be a light bulb, a ball of light. That is not. I have seen it also, but I will mention that. This one I will mention here before I forget it. But yeah, people say, oh, it's a very how they say this, very unusual and rare when you see something extraordinary, or you experience something in a spiritual experience. But I am not one of these people who have 1-2 times in a lifetime. I have many experiences, and that is not something extraordinary. It's just a normal thing. It's everybody's choice, and everybody's can make a choice to open themselves up and to connect back again, or to stay the closed door and up, and just only in this reality as you know it, in this limited 5 senses. Sorry, but it's just up. It's up to everybody, to make decisions, to investigate, explore, to open themselves up to experience, so then you come closer to the wider spectrum of reality. Okay. Okay, what was the other one? Okay, so I was that was in 2000. Maybe I say, with all the videos I say maybe too much. I know people only behind the veil, behind the wall, so to speak. I know everything. I know that it's explored very lightly, and I don't care. Honestly said, I want to share this with people no matter what. So, and people who have experiences of their own can compare it. They can recognize it. It can be interesting for people who have interest in it. So that's the reason why. And to wake up people, to help people. That's why I do this, to release that and to document that. It's very important, you know, for me. So that's my choice to do that, no matter what. Also, the other that other experience. That's the last one that I will say. For this video, then this is the last one that I will say for this video. When it was in 2016 or so, when I came back, it was already late. I think it was already midnight or so. I was coming from the city back to my home, and then I saw something. I had forgotten my key, so I ring on the door. You know, everybody was sleeping at that moment, so I was a while outside before somebody did open the door. But meanwhile, I was a little bit irritating, of course. Nobody hears me, and it was a little bit cold outside. But anyway, I was looking above in the sky. It was a little bit crowded, yeah, but in some places it was clear. And then I saw something. If you saw that, you think it was like a movie kind of situation. But because sometimes it's also shown in, don't ask me which movies, but it reminded me of some movies also. It was like a kind of energy object of light. You know, it was very likely a physical object, but it was with a kind of energy source. It was a light, like a, so like this white light kind of way, blue, maybe a little bit of bluish, going like this in a fast way. And then there were clouds, so I could not see it anymore. But that was very interesting. I knew it was not a plane, for sure, not a plane, not a helicopter, no sound, nothing, no sound, nothing. It's just no fire. It was just an object, and a very advanced object, very likely with technology, as they call it, 0-point energy. I have no doubt about it. There is something unusual, not unusual, but not as we technology as we know it. So it's yeah. So that was a pulsing of energy, but it was like this kind of situation, you know. And that movie Contact, you know, that woman sits in that. Must I say, these rings goes like this over each other, so like this in that movie Contact, and then you see that light. It was to compare it a little bit with that, you know, that movement. So yes, okay. So yeah, this was all what I had to say for now. So and I wanted to share this. So see you then next time with the next video about my experiences. Thanks for watching.